brother came back. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Raw Report. Of course, this is the one and only, the ULTRA MAXIMUS, and I am here to bring you a fun presentation of pickup videos. Because, you know, that's just what this is. But, you know, the soundtrack you're listening to is provided by the wonderful people over there at White Bat Audio. Make sure you have subscribed to them. And if you're going to use their stuff on your podcast, just know people are going to think that I'm showing up. It's kind of like the Stone Cold Stunner, you know, intro music. You know what I'm saying? Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know his music. All you wrestling dudes, you know the people's intro music. It's like, yeah, you know, even though I don't own the music, I've still been using it and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's all good, though. It's good tunes. I'm glad to see them getting love. Super Chat is not active because I'm going through all the legal loopholes in order to get legit. And Nolan Nerd, I appreciate all of your previous Super Chat donations that are sitting there resting comfortably, making YouTube a bunch of interest. But I really do appreciate you and all your support along the way. And if you guys want to support my comic book journalism endeavor that would help me better the channel, well, paypal.me/UltraMaximus is where you can do direct support at until the Super Chat becomes reactivated. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment if you're watching this on the rewind, because that, of course, helps me break the algorithms. And Nolan Nerd and Raider Bear are kicking everybody's ass when it comes to that, breaking the algorithm. Appreciate you guys, of course. And yeah, Ultra Friday, that's right, that is right. I'm sneaking in here with the you know, guerrilla tactics that I'm known for. Just dropping comic book content out of nowhere. Just, oh my god, it's Ultra! So that's why you're going to click the notification bell when you hit the subscribe button too. So you get the notifications for when I go live, because I don't have a set schedule. You know? Nolan Nerd, my dude, it's not that serious, my guy, but I appreciate you, my man. I have found alternative methods of going out as Moon Knight. I mean, what? Yeah, so I'm making money out there, you know, and it might involve having to be a little bit stern with people, but it's fine. It's fine. That's what a 6'3", 225-pound dude should do, right? So yeah. I am the Ultra Maximus, everybody. Still a little broken up with the car accident. You know, of course, I'm not just going to instantaneously heal. I'm not Wolverine or Deadpool. I don't have a healing factor to make that happen. But what I do have the ability to make happen is a sick pickup video for you. So appreciate all the love that you guys in the chat always give me. It's great to have a wonderful bunch of subscribers to the channel, and then that's the 67% of you guys who are subscribed. But for the other 23% of you guys watching my content that aren't subbed, man, I love the hater views. Thank you, I appreciate it. And just do yourself a favor, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell for notifications for when I go live, because I'm just an everyday normal guy just dropping comic book content. You know what I mean? You know, after Eternals, there's a lot of people who are like, Thanos was right. Did Hawkeye watch the Eternals? That's what I want to know. But nonetheless, you guys are here for the pickup video that I got right here. This is the Raw Report for 1/21/2022, my first Raw Report pickup video of the year. And of course, this is where I discuss with you all the wonderful things that I find in comic book collecting, whether it be back issue bin diving, whether it be, you know, other, you know, pickup vids, or pickups, you know, off the shelves and stuff like that. And then, of course, the mail drops. Man, Ninth Wonder, I appreciate you being in a live chat too, my man. I got a care package from Ninth Wonder that's actually going to be appearing in this here pickup video. But let's get into the video, everybody. I'm screwing up the piles that I got nice and organized, right? Nice and organized. And why did I get nice and organized? Because, you know, it helps to be a little bit organized and a little polished looking, right? Looking a little professional. But this is the dress down show. You guys know the show that I dress up with a tie for is the Wednesday Night Presser. And if you don't know about the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, obviously you're not into new release day, news, entertainment, and basically just an all-around package deal of spec. We call it the Wednesday Spectacular. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to throw in some dad jokes in here, but you know what? Can't do it. I'm 6'3", 225, my dude. And I think 25 pounds of that is steel beard. But, you know, it's fun. It's fun. I'm very, very well fed. My wife is a southern woman from Alabama, so I am definitely not in the old, you know, starving to death zone. I'm going to try a lighting trick. Did that work? That worked a little bit. There we go. But that's all good, man. Hey, you know, big dude from big dude to big dude, my dude. It sucks shopping for clothes sometimes. I'm on the tall side, so I know, like, you know, the tall torso side. So it's fine. It's all good. All good. But I appreciate you, Nolan Nerd. You, again, good supporter of the channel. And let's just talk about some comic books, everybody, because that's what we're here to do. So I went back issue bin diving. That's going to be the first section of stuff we're going to showcase here. So you guys are going to like some of these, of course, because back issue bin diving. I'm just glad that people who have long made attempts to pump books, that the stores that don't listen to them anymore have short memories. And this book came down to a wonderful cover price where it should be at all times. It's just a gap in the collection. I just didn't have one, and we've been trying to, you know, source a copy. I think, you know, I think it's my second copy, because I'm pretty sure I have another one. But there's some books that unfortunately get hyped up, and you know, they come back down. They come back down, but it's cool. Sometimes they need to come back down to earth. You know what I mean? Like. But for the people who invested their money into them, of course, they definitely get a little upset about you calling out. You know, just calling out bad spec. They get a little ruffled about it. But it's all good, because you know what? I got good spec for you. Good spec is something that you guys know and love me for on this channel. Yeah, Ninth Wonder is the shit too. Wait until you see some of the books that came in the mail section. Okay? Alright, so you guys know there's a huge push for all of the members of the Champions, and everybody went to Champions 22, and it was like, oh, Braun! When in actuality, that's like Ironheart's, that's an Ironheart key. Okay, that's where Ironheart gets her armor. Okay, everything else doesn't matter. Okay, I know everybody was like, oh, you know, Riri this, Riri that. Yes, the first Riri matters, but then the first Ironheart armor, where she actually is Ironheart, like, you know, very, it's like they started her off as a college student and like turned her into like a teenager, like very, oh, I mean, I know she was an MIT prodigy at 15 and stuff, but like, it's like they started her off like very adult, and then they were like retrograded her, but it's fine. The one character that did get progression and can still be a great legacy character, but without like stealing the limelight from another character that's also a legacy character of this one, is in this book. Do you guys remember me talking about this one before? This is the first Braun. This is Hulk 717. This is the final issue of the Incredible Hulk. Both new duds. Yeah, you would think, though, Nolan Nerd, but my dude, this is where Spec Matrix coming in at you. This is a previous Spec Matrix appearing book. This is the final issue again of World War Hulk 2, where Amadeus Cho gets depowered. He's the final Hulk to get depowered. He went crazy, you know, around depowering a whole bunch of people, kind of like on a Red Hulk rampage or whatever. And then he himself ended up getting depowered and controlling the Hulk in a sustained form that he called Braun. And it actually happens in this issue. What I also like is it's a Frank Cho, Miles Morales sneaky appearance on the cover. Oh, what's that? What's that? Is that a duplicate? Oh, it's doubles. Oh, it's doubles. I left one for you. I do live in a major metropolitan area, and I try not to steal all the books, but you guys sometimes just leave them out there for me. Like a $10 Uncanny X-Men 248. Very nice condition copy. I know it's a direct edition, Double O, good to see you. I know this be a direct edition, but come on now. Come on now. What is this? $10? $10? And that was before discount cards and stamps and all sorts of other snazzy things. And then, okay. I got a sneaky spec book for you guys. Sneaky. You guys like sneaky, right? This right here is a Stephanie Hans cover. And it's just never been hot. Got to give a shout out to Brian McClay, who reminded me about this book. And I've been on the hunt for a really, really nice copy ever since. I was like, oh, that's right, it is a Hans. And it's one of those 0.1s. So it's a 7.1. Extreme X-Men 7.1 is the book that you were looking for. And it's a Hans with a brood cover. So very unique book in the back issue bins. Perpetual in the house, buying up my spec. I'm glad you believe in the spec too. And just know that, again, I tried to explain my spec to a point to make it like logical. And if it's not, I don't spec it. I try to at least stay in the safety realm of these things. But you know, sometimes I get a little bit out there with theories and shit, and sometimes I go ahead and make a video about it, and then sometimes I go back issue bin diving and find me a second print Valkyries #1. Return of the Valkyries #1, that is, of course. So this is the first unnamed appearance of the new Valkyrie, which would be named Runa, come Return of the Mighty Valkyries #1. There we go. So a couple issues later, she gets named, and then we come to find out that, of course, she is the proper owner of Yarnborn. So for the Ultra We Trust out there by Perpetual, I appreciate you, my man. I really, really do. Good faith. So the next up one, I couldn't believe this was still sitting in the bag issue bins for $4. Because look, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and pull books out of my back issue bins and be like, I got it for $1. I do not think it's gonna stay there. Because I think all the flippers who obtain copies first are just hoarding them, and as they can't sell them, the price is going to come down. That's just my opinion. But I didn't get any. And also, did you hear Strange Academy is getting a reboot? So if you didn't hear, you hear it here. Strange Academy is getting a new #1. So they're going to be canceling this series and then restarting with a new #1, the a la Joe Quesada method. But moving on. Again, I can't believe you all would leave these in the back issue bins anywhere within a 50-mile radius of Orlando. If you're doing that, all you're doing is leaving me another opportunity to pick up this book, because I travel a lot for work, sometimes during the day. If I'm fortunate enough to work during the day and not have to be out there, doing enforcement at night, well, it's, it's a less opportunity for me to be able to step into a comic shop. But when I do step into a comic shop and I find an Avengers still there, Avengers #6, good old Kang on there. So, I mean, look, again, why do you guys leave me such gems? I don't know, but it's pretty amazing of you to do so. And I thank you for it. So, all of these, again, are back issue bin dives from local bin divings. I haven't gone out of town to do anything. So, and then another one, I already had a copy of this book, but I really love the long-term spec potential that this book has. It's crazy. This book, The Mighty Thor, #12, being the origin of the Hammer, is also taking place directly after the story where the Hammer is alive and impersonates Jane Foster and then turns back into the Hammer. And now we have the God of Hammers taking place. So as you guys know from a previous spec matrix that I also called out, that this book, is a long-term Thor key, but the first appearance of Jane as a Hammer and cameo is at the end of 10, and then the first appearance of the Hammer as Jane fighting next to Jane as Thor is in issue 11. It's a crazy issue if you read it. But 10, 11, and 12 are very interesting from that Mighty Thor run, and especially with all the Jane Foster Thor stuff that we have potentially being utilized in the future MCU. I mean, not even just Love and Thunder, it's beyond Love and Thunder, because there's so much more than just one movie that I'm pretty sure they're planning. Taika is becoming the new fan favorite of the MCU, which I think is pretty awesome. But you know what? At this point, we have now reached the end, and we are going from back issue bin diving into our mail drops. Oh boy! So what does that mean? That means I've got books that. Oh, you know what? Am I missing a slide? I think I'm missing a slide here. It's crazy. Before we get into the mail drops here, actually. Let me back it up for a second here. Let me reverse that. The rest of these pickups are pickups from my local stores. This is just the new comic book day pickups over the last couple of weeks. So let's see what I'm working with here. Starting off, the Defenders. Of course, issue number 5 with the big reveal of the Masked Raider. And if you guys watched the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, I showed you the 2 books. The one Fantastic Four, very much attainable, and then the other one where it was like a retcon kind of like appearance, very much unobtainium. But those are the 2 appearances of the books that you're looking for. Hey, thanks, Moneyball. Appreciate you. All right, so there was a lot of hype behind this one. And just because you tweet the writer, is that considered a first full appearance? And they go, I believe so. Doesn't make it so. I think we've seen this before. We've seen this one before. Fool me once. And then here we have a former inker, just like Wills Protasio, former inker, doing pencils. And this is the Scott Williams. This is the Devil's Reign X-Men tie-in for number 1. Variant cover, Scott Williams. Okay, so I got some more in the mail, but I'll be saving that for a later pickup video. And then this right here is also issue Legacy number 770. Keep in mind, issue number 8 is going to be 775. They may renumber or do something crazy. I don't know at that point. But this right here is the classic homage variant from David Nakayama, homaging the old Dale Keown. Great amalgamation Hulk issue. Anniversary issue, whatever it is. Now, this is the second time this book has come up in conversation on my channel. I'm going to explain to you guys, and I'm going to send you hunting for these, because you're probably going to want to find both of them and put them next to each other and be like, oh my god, I got both of them. So, good friend of Comic Crusaders, Lucas Maria Wolf, as you know, has done some variant covers recently for Marvel. Well, she also did a Moon Knight variant cover. Remember that? Right. Well, they reused the Moon Knight variant artwork for the Marvel Voices Heritage. Same exact artwork appearing on 2 different books. It's not the first time Marvel's done that. Marvel also did that just recently with the Rob Liefeld Spider-Man Deadpool variant that he did for Avengers and Amazing Spider-Man. It appeared on both Avengers and Amazing Spider-Man. Anyway, you know, it was a decent read, but I can see where this story is going, and we got another issue to go in the mini-series, and here we got Phoenix Song Echo, number 4. Yeah, that's where you saw that one before. And then, of course, a really big, huge buzz this past week. And I had to overpay for it myself because I didn't FOC the book like I preach. I know, shame on me, because I rely on my celebrity in a lot of places where I go. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't to my advantage. Well, this time it backfired in my face. And they only had 5 copies. So because they only had 5 copies, of course, they were like, look, it's a variant, it's 5 copies, it's not regular price, it's not on the shelf. Release day, $9.99, which was still half of what eBay was, and they're not all that common. I mean, let's just be honest. So okay. However, what I did work was like, you know what? I can overpay for that one if I use a discount on the other ones. One of the other ones I used a discount on was this super, super clean copy of the Silver Surfer Rebirth, #1. So here we have a story with Surfer and Thanos. And oh my gosh, this cover. Maleev. I mean, it's a Surfer variant. It's also high ratio. I don't think there were too many exclusives for Surfer Rebirth, so I think that's a really, really good win, especially if you can find them in high grade. You know, it's the low grade copies that are going to get out there and sell for, you know, cheap, and then once those are hopefully absorbed into the market and gone, well, let's just hope there's hope for that variant there, because Surfer and Thanos, done by Ron Lim. It's got to have a lot of fans, you know, who love the original Surfer series going like, welcome back. You know what I mean? All right, so moving on, we've got another book that had a ton of hype, but you know what? I was there first thing in the morning. I didn't buy them out. I only bought 1 copy of each cover. So here is the Bloodstone #1. Oh, and then what's this? What's this? Oh, it's the Maria Wolf variant cover that goes along with it. Spectacular. And then we get a book that this design is absolutely amazing. And I mean it. It's like absolutely amazing. The fact that there's a lot of relationship to it in the story makes it even better. But this book right here, Captain America Iron Man #2, had a very, very unique variant cover. So, do you guys remember when they made Cap evil, Hail Hydra, all that stuff? Captain Hydra eventually was revealed to be a cosmic cube created alternate version of Steve Rogers, separated from the real Steve Rogers. The real Steve Rogers came back and kicked his ass. Well, that guy's locked up now. Captain Hydra could return at any time. And when I saw this book, the spec lights just bing go off in my head like, wow. Could that be a precursor? Could they be working on something? Because Captain Hydra here is something absolutely wicked to behold. There we go. Nice black covers. And avoid the reflection. But this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous variant, Marvel. And it's not an incentive, but it is a open order. One of those variant covers that, you know, maybe I'm not gonna get them for the shelf. Maybe I'm just gonna order them. Maybe I'm just gonna put one set together and sell the whole set. You gotta understand how shops are ordering right now. They're ordering super duper tight because they got a lot of people. They got a lot of people who are, you know, all up into just doing like, you know. Anyway, moving on. But if Captain Hydra makes a return, that'll be fine. Now you guys know I am almost super close, getting closer every day. Every day I get a little closer to the full set of the Star Wars action figure variants, and here is another addition to the set. And of course, this is your open order issue number 20 for the latest Star Wars. Oh, so this is Cad Bane, right? Isn't that first appearance of him? Now, I love this cover, and it's just a shame it's not the first appearance, because it happens in the previous issue. Don't you hate when that happens? When Marvel does that to you, they give you something wicked like this. So this is the Daughterman binary variant cover, and of course I doubled up on it. And of course there is also a 1 in 200 version of that book. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And of course these are a little bit out of order. I wanted to do them in a little bit of different order, but you know, stuff happens. But Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit, I bought it just because, again, it's a variant cover. It's the first appearance of her villain. First appearance of her villain, everybody. And then here is where I cannot stress enough how funny it is to watch you guys leave these on the shelves for a week and a day. I picked these up yesterday. I waltzed into a store, and there they are, still sitting there on the shelves with a price tag not anywhere near what they're going for. So this is why they were out of order, because I was trying to have that Star Wars 20 open you up. First off, we got an Ewok action figure variant, but yep, there was also these sitting there on the shelves. Just what's going on here? So yeah, that is it for the local pickups. What does that mean? Well, I want to know what happened to my other slides. I honestly do. So did it go from back issue bin diving? Yeah, we skipped over pickups. I don't know what happened to my pickup slide. I'm mad about that now. I'm mad about that now because I worked very hard on this presentation, as you can probably understand. But the mail drops is where we're back at, which is fine. It's fine, you know. But now that we are back at the mail drops, let me tell you something. I got good friends, and I got to give a shout out to Ninth Wonder for some of the books in this stack that he got me here. He knew I was on the hunt for a few of them. I've got weird, eclectic hunting habits, and you know, well, let's just see what we got here. So, as you guys know, of course, I saw this one coming a million miles away, and I didn't even need the picture on FOC, and I was like, it's a Bartel variant, and it's an incentive. Probably going to be big. Oh, this Daredevil Woman Without Fear indeed turned out to be much, much bigger than I had anticipated from the start. So that was amazing. And then here we go. So this is another weird collecting habit I have of certain action figure variants from an X-Men Legacy run. What? You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. When I'm reading a book, if there's a theme variant, like for the new X-Men book with the action figure, or I'm sorry, with the trading card variants, those are pretty cool. All right, X-Men Legacy gives you the trading or the action figure variant. The other one gives you the trading card variant. So you got different ways of collecting certain books if you do like them. Just like the X-Men Legends. I'm sorry, that was a Hellions book that had that variant. This is the X-Men Legends variant. So they're always kind of like pretty cool homage throwback type of things. But I dig that. I'm reading the X titles. You guys know I read a lot of X titles. So another book, Inyuk Lee, absolutely, you know, sent it home with a swing. And there it is. So there's WizKid and some excellent sneaker detail on some futuristic sneakers. Yeah, so a lot of hubbub about this one because we got a second print coming the way. But as you guys saw, I got the first print of the Wolf variant, the Nakayama variant, and of course the first cover appearance of Lyra Bloodstone. Now I saw some people going, "Oh, it's gonna devalue the first print." Like, no, it's not. Do you guys know that the last like 6 weeks of Marvel FOC have had like no pictures? And Marvel doesn't understand how much that hurts them. I do an FOC show. After I do an FOC show, you guys go and order from people like Lucas Pullbox. And when you order from the Drunken Pullbox, you know, he sometimes will have the artwork. but sometimes there's no artwork in the system. So sometimes you guys fly blind, and we have to do our best. It's all we can actually do is, you know, and imagine what the stores are going through. So it's kind of awesome to see that book doing what it's doing. But even my local store was like 50. I'm like, it's a 1 in 10. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll spend 30, but I'm not spending 50. And I think I got it for 40. So even I didn't get it for what I wanted to get it for. But man, oh man. So I gotta tell you guys, I loved the response that I got for the most recent spec matrix I did on Drunken Chat. You guys really have a lot of faith in that spec, and this is the reason why I'm continuing to buy different Valkyrie variants. So these came through in the mail, of course. I found me a nice another copy of the Sousa Black History Month variant. And then I had to, of course, even though I found one locally bin diving, I found it after I'd already ordered these and had these sent to me en route. But the second print variant, of course, got now a pretty good stack of them. And then if you're going to have the second print variant, of course, you know, you really should have the one variant cover, I think, artistically, hands down, is the one to have over top of everything. And I mean this. If you don't have this variant cover and this character name comes out to be Runa, this is going to be, in my opinion, I think this is going to be lead one. The Phil Noto variant for Return of the Valkyries, number 1. I do believe this is going to be, again, lead one when it comes to that kind of spec play. So I could be wrong. You know, I could have some people out there going out there and you know, breaking off them hidden gems and stuff, and then, you know, hyping this design variant and being like, yo, the design variant, and then you know, you got them other people on the other side of the arena going, yo, man, what are you talking about? Exiles, and it's like, did you read it? Did you? Kind of like that cover, Yarnborn's mine. Is it though? So this final stack of books is straight up insanity, and I gotta put these in a good order here. So, all right. So, as you guys know, I did a sick video of Marvel Legacy second prints. Marvel Legacy second prints had their Legacy homage of their lenticular variant duplicated in a second print without the lenticular effect. Those are pretty low order. A lot of them were Marvel minimum 3,000 print. A lot of them got liquidated through Walmart packs. And then the issues that followed, of course, had people coming back later on and going, oh, Marvel did a relaunch. It's a jumping on point. Let me jump on this book. Do you have any more of this? No. Let me put in an order for it. It shows still back ordered, not stocked. And then, of course, the book would go back ordered, not stocked. And then it would go second print. And then you get really obscure second prints. And I got to give a shout out again to Ninth Wonder on this one for locating some of the books that I've been on the hunt for. Champions 14 second printing for the Worlds Collide 4-part story between Champions and Avengers. And then another Infamous Iron Man variant cover that's super hard to come by. And that is, of course, another Riri Williams book. Technically, it's a Riri Williams book. The Invincible Iron Man, number 594, second print. And it's, I believe, the same artwork as the first print, just second printing, low distribution. Kind of like the previous pickup video I showed you guys, all those, like the Cable 151 second print, the Iron Fist 74 second print. It's just the subsequent issues that followed those lenticulars. Some of them have a later printing. It's pretty awesome when you think about it. You know, some of these books are pretty ill when it comes to, you know, their availability. Now, Ninth Wonder came through on this one too, and man, you want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. It's like, okay, I know for a fact that Hastings, when they were open, would sell their variants on release day. There's no argument about that. If a book came out on, let's just say, for example, November 25th, 2015, it was on the shelf. November 25th, 2015. And when it's on the shelf on that date, it's indisputable, correct? Well, what if you had a book that was actually released a week prior, then get an exclusive box variant that was distributed at a later date? Would you count that one as a first cover? If you cannot guarantee that book was in hand, because I can't, and I've looked, I've searched, I researched and searched and researched again, and I couldn't find any way of that happening. So, with that being said, I want to introduce you guys to the absolute, hands down, undisputed champion of first cover appearances of our boy, Boba Fett. This is the Star Wars Darth Vader number 13 Hastings variant cover. And there's our boy right there. You see him? You see him? Shout out to Ninth Wonder for the most epic of mail calls. Because this is the final book that I get to show you guys here, and I cannot tell you how much I love this book. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate Ninth finding this book for me, let alone what he ended up charging me for it. So there's a lot of talk about this book being a, quote, key for other reasons in the guts. And I love when that happens. But you know what else I love? You guys know, what is Ultra known for? When he worked at a comic book shop and around this time, there was this thing called percentile qualifiers. And the percentage qualifiers and the percentile qualifiers were books that you had to order a ton of them in order to be able to unlock a certain variant cover. Now, the 1 in 25 for this book, bananas, like instant bananas, like banana pudding bananas. But this is the qualifier. So this is why I love this book, because it also contains Red Kryptonite with another cover appearance of one of my favorite Red Kryptonites, the Lady Hellbender. But it's also got, you know, what every man dreams of, the Enchantress. This right here is the Story Thus Far variant for Totally Awesome Hulk number 15. I've been after a good copy of this book for years. Balked at them for $30+, being like, no, it's too much. And then the book spiked to $100+. And like, there's copies available that are like, it's super expensive, like 60, 70, 80 bucks. But I held out, man, and I'm glad I did. But Ninth really came through on this one. Now, I may have hooked Ninth Wonder up with a Miles book that he'd been after, so I mean, I think he was feeling kind of like mighty gracious about it. And also Ninth cleaned up from some of my Whatnot sales, so appreciate it, man. But that's a book off the list that is like, whew, man, I've been sweating trying to find a copy of that thing. And if you guys know, when I'm after a book, if I have trouble finding it, it's tough. Cherokee Metal, thank you, my man. Thank you. So, all right, guys. Well, it's not the end of our show, but that is the end of the new books section. So let's talk about some other things here real quick. Oh, there it is. Oh, see, the slides are out of order, and I was supposed to get into regular pickups. See, it was there. You guys are the greatest who subscribe to my channel, and this is why you do, because of course my guerrilla tactics and going live. That's the easiest way to say it. Just subscribe to the channel, and because of you guys subscribing to the channel and giving us over 1,000 subscribers here at the ULTRAMAXIMUS station, well, I've got station. Check that out. Shout out to the homies over there, Spine Ticks. The Ultra Box. Of course, this is a giveaway that everybody's asking other friends about. Is he giving it away? Mel's got a package en route. It supposedly went out yesterday, so we'll see what's in that last package. I did have some other retailers like tell me, oh man, I'm gonna hook you up with some stuff for your giveaway, but some of that stuff just never materialized, which is fine, because you know, it doesn't always have to be like that. But to people who did donate some books for the box, thank you so much. But we're also, like I said, with the monetization stuff going on with the channel, I got to get all that stuff in order, and then we're going to give this bad boy away. That's a promise. I've been meaning to do an update with some of the additional stuff of the books, but don't worry, I'm saving all that, guys. I got goods coming for you. You're going to love it. And on top of all that, got to give a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Herd S. Eric over there on IG. Make sure you follow him, Mr. Eric Herd, of course, Rookie of the Year, Drunken Chat, co-conspirator when it comes to the Melcasts, and such a great contribution to the team. But Mr. Herd, we miss you, bro. Where you been at? ComicBarricade.com, of course, dropping the goods so you don't drop your goods, and that is a good code of Ultra to get yourself 10% off of your Comic Barricade order. Keep your books upright. And to our friends over there at Wanted Comics, we appreciate all of the stuff that you've done for the channel. Make sure you guys follow them. Make sure you follow them on eBay and, of course, on IG. Just amazing stuff coming from Drew, one of the best in the business, been doing it for decades too. So, and then of course you guys are going to subscribe to this channel because the next episode of the Raw Report is going to be sick, because I still got more books en route. Like us crazy comic collectors, you know, sometimes we don't know when to stop. And that's why you guys are going to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the content I'm bringing here and what you would like to see on the channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our friends over there in the feature channel section. And there's a ton of good content there. And then don't forget to tune in, where you may see my alternate ego, Rabum Malal, make an appearance at least once a month doing a spec matrix over there on Drunken Chat. Fridays at 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Perpetual, good weekend to you, good sir, as well. Don't forget to follow all of our friends over there on Whatnot as well. So it looks like I'm going to be doing a 3-week on, 1 week off in the future with my regular job to try to give you guys more comic book content. Oh, how about that? That's the goal. So we're not there yet. But if I do get to that schedule, I will be doing a once a month Whatnot blowout sale. Ultra spec books, as you guys know, it's a lot of stuff that I purchase as my own spec, just because you know, I believe. Follow me on Whatnot is what I'm trying to say. Don't forget to follow Mel and Ninth Wonder and all the other good guys. Of course, Twitter, tag me at XUltraMaximusX if you see anything newsworthy. I appreciate all of the tags for that kind of stuff, and you can do the same on IG and Facebook at ULTRA MAXIMUS. And they're always appreciated if you're looking to just follow me. You don't have to actually tag me in the news all the time, but I do post content exclusively to both platforms, where it doesn't show up on either YouTube or IG if I post it to Facebook, and vice versa. It's kind of like, think of the anagram, good, fast, and cheap. If you want any two, but it can't be all three. But it's all good and cheap here, and that's why you're going to tune into the next episode of the Secret Variant, which is my wonderful FOC breakdown, which, if all the artwork's available, it might go live on a Saturday like it did last week. Sneaking up on you. But the one show you can count on the day of it going live is the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, which will be Wednesday nights, sometime between 5 p.m. and what say you, I don't know, 11:55 p.m. Eastern, somewhere around there. Wednesday nights. And if it's not Wednesday night here in the East Coast, it'll be Wednesday night Central, or Wednesday night Mountain, or Wednesday night Pacific, or even Wednesday night Hawaiian time if we have to. I mean, this is just how we roll here. And that's why I'm going to say thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time, and I hope you enjoy the content that I bring. I enjoy bringing you the content, that's for sure. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.